but most just watch people.
So there's this actually, I've like seen a lot of this recently. There's this one guy who's like makes maybe 3 cuts of video.
No, go ahead. It's awesome. How you doing? Great job. Yeah. Hey, did you like the showcase?
Oh, yes, I know it.
Yeah.
You know, the president,
Yeah.
Mr. Avila asked me.
Yeah.
How I'm gonna see, I'm gonna read
Yeah.
it. Because I have in my telephone, when in the theater,
Yeah.
and I showed him, he said, I'm gonna look at it.
I think he texted Grant. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Made me happy.
Yeah, well, we'll use you again.
Yes, your mama is the one guarding the.
Safeway.
But I remember last semester you were more. I said, I don't recognize him anymore. It was you.
Yeah.
I tell you, Mama is my friend. Every time I talk to her,
Yeah.
I said, he's not there anymore. She said, yeah, he's there. I don't saw him. The happen is you grow up. That happened. Okay.
We'll see.
I'm sorry. I interrupted
Oh, no
you.
problem. Hey, we're
Are you
just
eating
talking.
anything?
Hey, whoa.
Do you want a fruit?
I'm good. Okay,
Yeah,
we're
I have manzana, naranja, orange. Somebody?
orange apple. Anybody?
Apple?
No.
Manzana?
We're good. Thank you, Juan.
No more, the peace come to you.
How's everybody going? Welcome. We're talking YouTube monetization and viewership right now. We'll get into that a little bit, but before we do, I want to remind everyone that you should continue to be commenting each week on the lectures and or what you learned or what you watched, and focusing on finishing your final projects. Yes.
What day is the thing project?
Thing project due is May 23rd is the last day you can turn it in. Yes, May 23rd. You're wrong.
So for the final project, I brought it in to edit, but like
Yes.
there's no way to sync the audio because there's no like slate.
There's no way to sync the audio.
Yeah, I mean, there's not no way, but the original audio is really quiet, so it doesn't have any waveform.
And there's no slates?
And there's no.
Interesting. Well, what would you do? How would you do it? What do you think? Great, we'll talk about that. We can showcase that actually. How would you do that? Have you tried auto sync?
I did try auto sync, it didn't work. It was just syncing the beginning of the other audio.
Have you tried to visually sync it?
No, I have not.
Yeah, it's not an easy one. Are there claps at the very least? Nothing.
There's nothing.
Ooh.
I mean, maybe in some of them, but definitely not in like the 5 or 6 I saw.
Yeah, that's why it's a fun challenge. It's your final, bro. What would you get? What would you do? We'll talk about it. We can talk about it a little bit. Yeah, definitely gave you not an easy thing to do. Questions, comments, concerns about the future or things. We're gonna of course, watch some edited stuff that we've worked on. But how'd the rest of the shoot go, Noah?
It went well. There were some hangups, but I think we were able to get through it. There was some very good stuff.
Hangups or complications in what sense?
One of our actors got COVID the day before, and that was revealed the day before.
Sure,
So I had to step in and act.
you had to act, so.
And that was, always there to do so. So there's lining up there. Otherwise, I think we did pretty well.
I think talking about pretty well. We finished an hour before.
We did really well.
Yes.
Yeah, but that hasn't sunk in. I'm still like, I'm still so caught up on all of the things that are gonna be lessons learned for next time.
It seemed like a pretty smooth production, to be honest, on
Yeah.
Friday. Even though we filmed Noah, you want to go ahead?
So one of my favorite short stories growing up today will be my favorite short story for 5 years as well, is one of the last things that Isaac Asimov wrote. It's called The Last Question. He also wrote I Robot and a bunch of other really foundational sci-fi literature. And I want to recreate the entirety of that short story using both film and animation. And so for the live action scenes I adapted the script from the original short story into something that we could shoot. Tim and his daughter were in a scene involving a family in a spaceship. I was in the scene alongside fellow editing class student Angel. The area for a scene that took place much later. And then two of Grant's friends who do theater and are very, very good actors and are, closer to Grant in age, played scientists that are in a bunker. So
It was Roberta and Danae.
It was Tom.
Okay.
Ford, and
Oh, Tom
yeah.
and Danae.
And so what I wanted, because with a lot of the productions we have here, it's very clearly like college age people and students and stuff, and I wanted to have a much wider range of people in each scene to make every scene feel wildly different. And yeah, so we shot that this last weekend and involved a lot of lights and green screen stuff, a lot of stuff that we don't do a ton of, including locations. I don't know if we ever shot in the control room like that.
We've shot not like that in the control room. Let's just say that. We've never had to figure out that green screen contraction. But it was definitely fun. Again, can you be on campus on Friday? You should come by.
I do have band practice on Fridays.
You should come by and see a really cool film shoot. Huh? You got Mango? Awesome. Marty is directing on Friday and Saturday. So if you can't make it Friday, maybe you can come by on Saturday and the following Friday as well. So Marty's next film, again, Marty, one with Witch. Marty's next film is like a short film, but much longer than most of our short films. We're looking at 45 minutes easily. Okay, come on. I mean, that's an hour-long television show is 40 minutes. So
Still short film though.
still a short film, yeah. Still a short film.
Is over an hour considered a feature? Or what?
No, short film.
Hour
Y-
10?
Yeah. It's like, yeah, 75 to 80 is like the threshold, really.
So is every TV show a short film? Or is or they a TV show?
Well, most TV shows are 45 minutes long.
Or 20 minutes?
Yeah, depending on whether it's a half an hour or that. So that's something to consider. I'm just saying, if you want to see, again, you're going to take it next semester, right? You already signed up? Yeah. Yeah, well, get ready. But if you want to know what it's like, being on set is so much fun, even just coming for an hour and not having any experience. How many cast is going to be,
Besides the club scene, this is where the most people,
and how many is that?
11.
11 cast members, which is ginormous for our production, even Noah's film is very ambitious, as Noah had 7 cast members. So that's a lot for a short film. Usually you try to write something that has like 2 or 3 people in it max, just because think about in no or low budget filmmaking, the least amount of cast members, the less people you have to encourage to show up, the least amount of people you have to pay to show up or manage or have people get sick last minute, or I mean, really the biggest advice I could offer to any editor or any filmmaker is be in the mindset of problem solving, because filmmaking is problem solving, real world, in the moment. How do you solve a problem that you weren't expecting? because you could say, oh, expect the unexpected or whatever. But there is, if you do a fair amount of planning, you should be able to problem solve if a piece of equipment fails, if a person doesn't show up, if whatever. And what we learn, or what I have learned my entire career, is like, you can freak out for 2 seconds, but then what's the solution? What's the fix? Because I've had productions that were like, hey, we're live in 30 seconds and nothing's working. Okay, how do we figure this out? What do we do? And I've had mostly non-catastrophic failures. So, but I've had failures a lot in production. So and what happens if my computer crashes? Well, who do you know has another computer or whatnot? Yeah.
I think one of the best qualities that you end up learning, especially when you're a director or an assistant director, and when people are heavily involved in the process, is in the planning stage, in the pre-production stage, is how many variables can I eliminate now? And how much things can I be ready for later? Yeah. So luckily, when the actor that got sick for my production had to cancel and told me that they had to cancel, we had a jumpsuit that looks like strange and weird and sci-fi because of Devil's Game, another production that we had, something that I can fit in because I'm a foot and a half taller than the person that I can. Which then, so it created an obstacle, but we immediately had something already ready to solve the answer. So it's you're eliminating as many variables as possible, and then you're also trying to do dynamic problem solving on the fly. Another great example is in Devil's Game. Last semester, we had to shoot a club scene, and in the middle of the scene, like while we were shooting everything, one of the light fixtures that we had set up in these shelves and cabinets got broken, and they were in some of the scenes. So in order to keep continuity, we had to restring the lights in the middle of shooting all of those scenes. So we had to basically do all the shots where the camera wasn't looking at the bar. So I and one other person could desperately restring these lights in the middle of all these takes and shoots while also not making noise to ruin takes. So then we could turn the camera towards the bar and shoot those scenes without it being like a nightmare. So it's just how quick on your feet can you think, and how fast can you like come up with these solutions that are going to be elegant and good for what you're thinking.
Yeah. And it's also the flexibility of like being like, all right, this wasn't as perfect in my head, but because I'm limited in not only time and money and resources, right? Like that's the greatest thing is like, if you had all the money in the world and all the time in the world, we'd all be Kubrick, right? Like we'd all do 400 takes and get the perfect take. But it's about compromise too, and knowing, hey, we can spend another 30 minutes on this one shot, but you got to cut 4 other shots or whatever, right? Like, and is it worth it in the storytelling feature, right? And a couple moments where I stepped in and did my professorship, even though I was trying to be in the actor mode, was like, we're at this shot, why don't we just do this one shot while we're here too? So that you have options in the editing room. Cause I always think of as an editor where it's like, hey, I can, as an actor, I know all the same lines. Why don't we do it from this angle too? And you just have extra.
That was the thing with Sauce, is that I was the AD, and so we were using 2 cameras, and so Daniel wanted another take on this one specific camera. But I'm like, if we got another take good on this camera, why don't we just move our second camera to a different angle? And so we get more coverage and more flexibility for our editor. And so we ended on time, like 10 minutes early, but we added probably about 8 shots.
Yeah.
During that.
So once you're in the production class, you'll understand what a benefit and what a blessing it is to end on time, Film production, you're always behind, always, the second you step on, it's like when you buy a car, the second you drive it off the lot, it's depreciated in value. The second you step on set, you're behind schedule, right? Yeah, always, no matter what, but even if you are an hour over, everyone's like, yes, because we've all been on sets where it's like 3-4 hours extra and
Probably close to
5. Were the director's initials SW?
Yes.
That's usually the case, but they're very particular. All right. Why were we talking about that? We were talking about your production. There was something else I wanted to say. Tomorrow, for all of you who are available, you're invited as well. Tomorrow from 4, we're doing our second and last screenwriters workshop. What is that? That's an opportunity for you to bring any scripts that you're working on and have it read with an audience of other screenwriters. Our community gets together, there's food, and even if you don't have a script, you can come and read. We all play different characters and read it out loud. Your scripts out loud sound way different than they do in person or in your own head, right? And a lot of people help you figure out what works. Noah, you were at the last one. How did it benefit, the last one benefit you?
I got 3 pages off the script that I wrote, that we shot.
3 pages or 3 minutes of screen time. So every page is a minute of screen time on a properly formatted screenplay. But why did you do that?
Because it was an absolute verbose mouthful every single time, especially the first thing.
Yeah. And we really focused in on that first one, knowing that you only write what you are going to see on the screen. So how your characters feel, not important. That's up to the actors and the directors to do it. In your screenplay, you are literally writing what they're doing, their actions, not like adverbs are. Adverb. What did I keep saying last time? Flowery prose. Yeah. Leave that behind. No flowery prose in screenwriting. So yeah. So you're invited. Everybody's invited. Yes. Yeah, for sure. We're reading any and everything you want. So
I let David know about the boxing idea. Really on it.
I figured he would. So I mean, your boxing segment of Hard to Hear, I was like, I could watch this whole movie of that, right? Pretty dope. And he's got the form and really the production value is having access to the gym, right? That's something that not every short film is going to have, right? So, I mean, then how do you tell a story without having a giant audience, right? Watching the boxing thing. What's the story?
What he was thinking is it's boxer gets called out, they have a press conference. And then when we show the boxing, I was thinking someone's gonna shoot out. I was thinking maybe a China over his ring.
Yeah.
And then blacking out everything else so you don't see.
Kind of like Raging Bull, right? Yeah.
And then just get the audience separate shots.
Doing faking and a big audience. Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
But you know, shot.
What would be cool?
I was thinking kind of like a wrestler, like.
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, and we've seen enough boxing and wrestling stuff that you can visually know what the thing is. You need 2 boxers though. That's the thing is right. He has another one. No one wants to get punched.
He's writing it. We're gonna co-direct it, so he wants me to direct the scenes he's in, and he wants to direct the scenes that I'm gonna be in.
Great.
He's really happy about it. He's got a treatment, but I didn't know if we could bring treatments to the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to.
Yeah. Because we'll pitch and read anything that you bring in. I mean, in the couple hours we have, right?
Yeah.
So even ideas, pitching ideas. All of us are inherent story. I mean, being a filmmaker is inherent storytelling. Even like the Minecraft, you craft it into a hat, craft it into a story, right? You take 2 hours and then you, as editors, we're constantly cutting to tell the story, right? And like with Hard to Hear, we refined it and lost stuff and told the story differently. And a couple of my notes, I'm like, I think it it weakens the story. Let's make it better. Then sometimes you have to cut things out to see if it needs to, if it's necessary. Self-loathing is a great example, right? We watched a version that was completely different than the original version. So it's all, some stories are made in editing, but you got to start with it's the saying garbage in, garbage out type of thing, where it's like if you start with trash, it'll just be trash, but it might be fancy trash, right? You could shine it up and make it fancy trash. But if you start with something good, maybe it'll end up good. You could also start with something good and make it trash by the end. That happens too.
Because editors sometimes have multiple different versions of their scenes.
Absolutely.
Before they have the director look at it, and then the director's like, oh, what if we do this? No, the editor already has that.
Yeah, it's like, oh, here's the other version. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't the original Star Wars' first edit like an overbloated piece of shit?
See, that's yeah, usually the case. I don't know about the, yeah, actually, I believe Star Wars was saved in the edit. Yeah, if I've heard that correctly. So,
Yeah, from what I've heard, the edit was so long and so overbloated that George Lucas's wife had to like scrounge it together first, and then they had to get other editors and to make it cohesive, and that's the edit that we get in the theatrical cut. But yeah, there was like a 23 minutes that was cut from A New Hope.
dang.
Yeah.
You know, A New Hope is like, that's probably a great call, because A New Hope like is surprisingly short. That one's crazy how short that movie is. Yeah, it's like it feel like, I honestly always, it feels longer, but it's because it's so like epic. But it's like, oh, we're already on the Death Star and we're like 40 minutes into the movie, right? Or even less. So yeah, Star Wars, but I don't like Star Wars anymore, so let's not talk about it.
Yeah.
Used to love Star Wars. Used to love Star
rough
Wars.
horse.
Disney ruined that for me. Where do we get the lights, please? We're gonna watch
Turning
some.
into the dark side, and I understand.
Yes. Let's start with Jeremiah, because we bring this up because shout out to Jeremiah right here. Look, gone a little bit viral right here, or got some the video we watched in class, probably because I wrote first on the comments, but 143,000 views on this Minecraft video from 3 weeks ago. And his channel's monetized now because of it. So let's watch the ad let's see if we get the ad. No ad. Where's my ad? I don't have YouTube Red. I would have watched the whole ad and given you the full revenue, but okay. Let's take a look. No, I don't.
Wanted to beat Minecraft. So today, me and my friend Maro are going to help him do exactly that. This is Gary. Maro, Gary, Maro.
Gary.
Yeah, Gary, you're gonna beat Minecraft with us.
Hi, Marrow and Giddle.
So I think we should probably find a village.
Yeah. Should I punch this bee? I don't like bees. I can't hit the bee.
Maro, what are you doing? Why are you punching me?
There's lag. There's lag. I hit the bee. It wasn't hitting the bee. There's so much lag right now.
There's a bee behind you.
Marrow is such an idiot.
Why are you mining the same tree as me, bro?
Bro, get on my tree, bro. Get on my
Come
tree.
on, bro. Where did Gary go? Oh,
I'm right here.
bro,
Gary?
you cannot forget about Gary. I think we should go for shipwrecks, but that means we need to get a boat for Gary. I'm gonna place a boat. We're gonna push. Gary, come here.
Okay.
Okay, ride Gary. I think we should go for shipwrecks because this is too dangerous for Gary. I just hit Gary.
What happened to the boat part?
Do you have the boat? Do you have the boat?
Okay, row your boat. Your leg is in my face.
Okay, let's look for another shipwreck because we need at least 3 iron to get a bucket to get to the nether. Hey, a village, a village. Wait. Turn to the left. Villagers be building their houses right on the cliff. It's crazy.
Well, that's just because they're cool.
Gary, are they cool?
No.
I switched from due dates to.
Oh, ads! Woo! You get more if we watch the whole thing, right? All right, we'll watch the whole thing. Well, hey, we'll learn about.
I'm blocking and it changed my mind. There are loads of articles. And tons of CEOs and high achievers.
Because all this food. Hey, we're learning a lot. All right, we're not gonna watch every ad full. I'm only doing it for the bit now at this point. Because this commercial is very annoying. Well, hey, that's 1/10 of a cent more.
Or you just want to be way more productive, hit the link below, give the free trial a try. Worst case scenario, you save loads of time and you boost your productivity. So yeah, links below.
I'm taking off.
You did not just give Gary fall damage. Bro, if Gary dies, I'm gonna murder you IRL. Okay, let's look for carrots. So we can heal Gary. Oh, carrots. I found some carrots in the village. We can feed them to Gary.
He has 1 heart, bro.
Wait, can we not feed him?
Why is he not eating? I'm so confused.
And can you actually look up how to heal pigs?
Dude, I don't know if you can.
The only way to heal them is splash potions of healing. With Gary being on 1 heart and no way to heal him, we had to be extra careful. Our only choice was to press on.
No way. So he has 1 heart. How are we gonna get him to the end on 1 heart, bro? Why can't you just feed them carrots? You can feed horses hay. Oh, yo, there's blacksmith.
Blacksmith, let's go.
I'm in horse armor. Can we put it on the pig?
Diamond pig armor. Okay, let's just sleep. Okay, I say we loot this village and then we use the lava pool to make a nether portal and then go to the nether.
Gary's getting away from me, bro. He won't slow down.
Where is that lava pool? Gary, if you walk into the lava pool, I swear.
I won't. Look at me mobs.
And we can't kill any of them because they're all Gary's cousins.
I killed his wife.
What?
Take these.
Bro, is the fire not gonna spread? Is this raining? Oh, the portal lit. You want me to check what's on the other side before we take Gary?
Yeah, check.
Okay, there's like a cliff right next to the portal. I'm gonna make a fence around it so that Gary can't walk off the cliff on accident. Oh, there's a ghast.
I can't avoid a gas ball if it shoots Gary.
Okay, I'm gonna try to make a little staircase down. There's a ghast. Let me kill the ghast. Okay, he's dead.
There's fire. Please destroy the fire, bro.
Okay, Gary, it's your first time in the nether.
1 wrong step and Gary's dead, dude. Gary's giving me anxiety. We need to get gold stuff.
Like Gary's cousins will kill us.
Grab gold and then we'll make gold boots, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's the. Okay, you get boots, I get helmet. You get boots.
Are you just gonna fold them across the nether?
No.
Oh, there's big ones.
Okay, we gotta find a fortress.
Why are you attacking me? I didn't touch you. What the hell? Run for your life.
Come on, Gary, let's
Oh, because I
go.
was mining the gold. Did I see his gold sword in the wall?
We need to go up.
You wanna dig? Just make sure you don't dig any gold.
There's
Okay,
a
yeah,
clear
yeah.
staircase this way.
Diamond armor full set.
I think. Oh, and there's a work forest here. That's nice. There's lava. Be careful. Stop going forward, please.
Is he coming after us?
Oh my god! Gary! Gary's got a half heart.
No way, dude. What do we do?
I didn't even know damage was permanent to pigs until just now. Okay, let's go toward the fortress. The fortress is like right here, bro.
Gary's gone, dude.
There's no way. There's no freaking way. You liar. You freaking liar. Let's go get some blaze rods. Gary, stay here.
Good boy, Gary.
Stay here. You can kill blazes. Well, we kill blazes, okay?
Aye, Captain. I won't disappoint.
You know, we're helping him, but like he can kill them whenever he wants. He just has to
Trust.
try.
He just has to be good.
I was just running and ran off the cliff. Yeah, let's just keep going. Okay, I got a blaze rod. Ooh, 2 diamonds. This way or this way? Oh, place spawner.
This place goes on forever.
Tech team.
Bro, you hit me. I'm almost dead.
Don't die, please.
Oh, I'm dead. Okay. Oh, we only need 2 more. Okay, we got it. We got them all.
Let's go get Gary.
Let's go get Gary. Let's see how many blazes Gary killed. Probably all of them. He probably killed like 20. Gary, how many blazes did you kill?
728,638. But no blaze rods, sadly.
Oh, I'm so afraid you're gonna like drive him over fire and he's just gonna die.
Come on, Gary. Get up the hill. Get up the hill, Gary. Get up the hill.
Are you good, bro? Trying to figure out how we can get the pearls. Because the workforce is all the way down there. There's lava here, be careful. Gary has met his second cousin thrice removed. You 2 pigs just catching up. Yo.
First ender pearl. Oh yeah, baby.
Pearls. We'll just have to go with 13. Imagine we have to go back to the nether to get ender. Okay, Gary, it's taking back. So how was getting ender pearls, Gary?
It was fun, Gary, wasn't it? Tell them it was fun. No, I mostly just sat in the boat, Gary. I'm bringing you to the slaughterhouse if you lie. I mean, it was super fun.
When I edit this video, I'm gonna give Gary an AI voice. Sorry, Gary's cousin. I mean, uncle. I don't know. What should we say their relation is? Yeah. Sorry you had to see that, Gary. I know they look pretty similar to you. Of course, you go through on the pig, so you immediately go through. Okay, I'm gonna make some ender eyes. This way.
Oh, hold on, there's a cliff here. I can't walk up that.
Be careful. It's a 3-block fall, so
Yeah.
he'll die. I think it's around here. Should we just start digging down?
Okay, I say you dig a massive 2x2 hole down directly into part of the stronghold, and then I'll go down.
Bro, you're like cutting out every 5 seconds. Hey, you were right. The stronghold is here.
All right, the pig has made it in.
Be careful. There's a creeper. I'm gonna let it blow up. Okay,
We good?
I hear a skeleton. I found the portal. Get this.
Get the spawner. Get the spawner.
Okay, I got it.
This is so like I'm so nervous, bro. What if he like
Got this.
dies or
Got this, bro.
Please be one of the enclosed.
I'm taking fire damage. Okay, Gary.
Gary, we're gonna go.
We're gonna go fight it.
You're going to go beat the Ender Dragon, right, Gary?
I believe in you guys. Let's do this. You are my heroes.
Okay. I'm gonna go for this pillar right here.
Hey, got one.
Oh, crap. I just died. I really don't have many blocks left, bro. Okay, water bucket clutch. We should get Gary up here for the last hit.
Okay, I'm at 2.5 hearts. I might just jump down and die.
No, I have a water bucket.
He just destroyed my bridge. I can't get down. Oh, never mind. He killed me.
Okay, I grabbed it.
I caught myself. I got it.
Okay, get it. Oh god. I think that's the last crystal.
You should keep hitting me.
That did like 2 damage, bro. Purge for like 2 seconds.
Dude, he keeps flagging me. Say Flappy Bird? Oh my god. Okay, don't kill him, don't kill him. No, I, Captain, I won't disappoint.
Gary, how many blazes did you kill?
728,638, but no blaze rod sadly. I mean, it was super fun. I believe in you guys. Let's do this. You are my heroes.
What?
He killed Gary. He killed Gary. We need to avenge him. He's one hit. He's one hit. He killed Gary. We need to avenge Gary. No! We need to avenge Gary. Get over here. We're killing this Ender Dragon. He has one heart, dude. He didn't even get a seed. I can't believe he killed Gary, dude. That is so messed up. This is crazy.
Gary died like 5 seconds before.
Dude.
At CarParts.com, quality first. Testing ensures every.
All right, skip that ad. All right. Great job. What do we think?
It's the most engaging and emotional Minecraft I've ever
Apparently,
read.
2% of the population.
That was
leaves
for poor Gary.
Jerry was the main character.
You're also Christopher Ranch.
Oh, yeah. Shouldn't do that one.
When you shop in the Safeway app, you can find prices that are just.
Oh,
I can
that's,
see why.
Apparently,
why it
2%
got
of the
that.
population leave. This is Gary.
It,
And ever since he was.
because the story, it kept it engaging of like you're wanting to see something different of what the pig possibly
That's
dying.
when they actually blew up. That's when we got 300 views.
Oh, right.
yeah, this isn't the blow up one.
But it only was posted a day ago. So it's kind of-
Okay. Yeah, so it's the challenge of it, of just, and you got it, you went down to 1 heart, half a heart. and so-
Yeah, I think you could have put up Gary's heart
Oh,
the whole
yeah.
time would have been good, like a graphic so that we could have been, because I don't know how many hearts does a pig normally have? 2? 5? You went
I
with,
was looking for that. I was like, wait, where did they read that? Yeah.
that might have been the only thing.
Yeah, when I zoomed into my hotbar or whatever, where when you're writing a pig, it shows up.
Okay.
a hunger spot.
You
But
could have,
then,
you could just make it though. That would be
I
a
just
thing.
made it happen.
Yeah, that's something to think about. Also, I would have suggest giving Gary a little bit different, like pitch shifting Gary's voice. So he didn't sound so much like your friend,
Uh-huh.
like, or probably pitch shifting it down. So he's more like a pig, you know? But I did like, the death was good where we heard the montage of all the things Gary had said. That was good. That was really sad.
It was a tragedy without ever leading us to believe it would be a tragedy.
Yeah. Also, your title's a lie.
He beat Minecraft. He got to the
He didn't
end.
beat Minecraft. He lost at the last second. He literally got beat. Oh, well. I guess, whatever. All right.
Get that cinematic camera, like a pre-recorded, Gotcha, yeah.
You can go in a third-person perspective of what already happened.
Yeah, so it's like Halo, like custom games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. The gas stuff was cool and yeah, fun. I'm telling you, the next thing you do 100 times Gary's or whatever, do 100 times and see if that like is something that you got to figure out the algorithm, right? Like, why is that? All right, good job.
If you do is like a dog or something like that. Well, people have done it.
The dog?
Dog stories have been done.
Yeah, so.
Quite a bit. Piggy, that's me.
Make a panda beat Minecraft. Come on. Yeah, or my kids like the axolotls. So can you even take those out of water without them dying? Yeah. See, there you go. Release. All right. Where is? Yeah, Gary has to come back, or at least you need to build a shrine, a remembrance to Gary.
Something like them going to do a video where the Minecraft on a pig train.
A pig.
There's a guy Gary there.
A pig train? What's that?
Well, they were just gonna lead together a bunch of pigs.
Oh, yeah. Santi, you sent me the thing where? Yeah, but for which account did you send it to? I hate when you send it to that one. All right. Tim.Allen. All right, I see it. Yeah, my Gav one is my least favorite one. I get it on my phone, but like I have to like sign out of my work email to get into my Gav email. So actually, it's probably up on YouTube, huh?
What?
Yeah.
No, that was the.
Oh, it's the rough?
Yeah.
Did you tell Grant? Because he might upload it. Okay, cool. Let's take a look.
It's not colored. That's the first.
Oh, that's the first. That's a good way that he won't.
Hi,
upload.
my name is Cassandra.
All right, let's take a look.
Hi, my name is Cassandra. I am playing the role Doña Ana.
So my name is Jacob Page, and my role in House of Desires is Don Carlos de Olmedo.
My name is Elise, and I play Doña Leonor. I'm Joseph. The role I play is Don Pedro.
House of Desires is a little glimpse of what a Latin household honestly looks like.
There are a lot of different characters with different dynamics, cutting away from one household to another, the dynamic between the servant and the nobles, and a lot of that can lead to that hierarchy can lead to a lot of comedic situations.
Long, interesting monologues, passionate performances from very talented, dedicated people. All of my castmates are super awesome. There's definitely a lot going on, a lot of lust, a lot of scandal, a lot of kidnapping.
There are a lot of twists and turns, a lot of mistaken identities, and I think the whole show is a roller coaster of a lot of different emotions.
Well, it's very funny and entertaining. It provides insight into a period of history, and it shows us what people in the 1600s might have, thought and felt and wanted to write about. So it can help us to better empathize with people from the past.
So House of Desires is a romantic comedy, I believe, written in the late 1600s by Sor Juana. Sor Juana is a very interesting person, very much not your typical woman from the 1600s, and there's been a real recent revival of her literature, and there's been a lot of stuff that's been absolutely amazing.
It's very, very elevated in terms of the acting style. It's a comedy. Sor Juana was writing in Nueva España about the same time that Shakespeare was writing in England. But in some ways, her plays seem almost more like Moliere. She's making fun of the upper classes. Everybody's talking about their honor and their dignity, but they're behaving in really abysmal ways while they're doing that. And so we as the audience get to laugh at that. Like, oh, here are these rich aristocratic people who are really behaving kind of poorly.
Since House of Desires is a play, it is a little different from what I'm used to because I primarily work with musicals, which are a lot more tech heavy.
We have mics to worry about in musicals, and there's a lot more lighting cues that I have to worry about in the script. For House of Desires, there's not too much of that. The actors really bring it to life.
So in House of Desires, there is a scene about halfway through where there's a song, and there wasn't any sheet music or anything really to be found online. I'm also taking music theory, and I propose that for my final project, I write the song for the show. And I did that, but once I was given like a framework, it made it really easy. I studied a lot of historical music and like what they did in those things, and I crafted a melody based on the lyrics that were written already for me. And I'm really proud of it, and I'm really excited about the way it's turned out.
It's nice to do a show that was written originally in Spanish, especially one from so long ago. It's been really, really interesting. It's been a really fun experience. Working with Isabel has been really great.
Oh, Isabel's awesome. She's very flexible, but like when it comes to when we gotta get serious, like she turns on like that strict mode, but which is like a nice balance to keep us like in check.
I love it. She's one of my favorite directors that I've worked with. I just love like the hands-on, especially when you're like, oh, let's try it this way, or let's try it this way. And I love kind of finding Don Rodrigo in every kind of like iteration that she's able to really pull out of characters. And every time I come here, every time I'm just gonna come here to play. Like she allows us a lot of ability to move around, whatever we want to do that feels comfortable. Like, you want to do this? Great.
She's really, really funny. She gives really constructive criticism and is a very good guide at helping actors of all skill levels improve and do their best with it. Like me, I'm very new to acting, and she's been super patient with me, and it's been very helpful.
So what originally drew me to the House of Desires is that it is a translation of a play by Sor Juana Inés de la Cruz, Latin American feminist, who was a nun, and she wrote sacred texts, poetry, plays, songs. She also taught theater in the local village, but she also wrote a few secular plays, and this was one of the 3 secular plays that we have from her.
Gavilan does 2 productions every year, as well as we teach a variety of theater arts classes: acting, design, costume design, lighting design, scene design, etc. We do classics, or we do sometimes musicals to try and give our students really good experience for when they get out in the acting world. This year we were super lucky because we are doing a play that's a classic.
Put in a lot of work. We've been working since the last week of January on it. And as you can see in the set behind me, we've had multiple classes working on this. We put our heart and soul into it. And it would really mean a lot to bring this story to life.
I think people should come see it because it's a fun show. It's funny. It makes plays fun, and the way that it's written and put together, it's a little more accessible than Shakespeare. It's just very important for people to see what's going on in their community. Gavilan College is really accessible for people who are from Hollister and people who are from San Juan as well. Just families can come and see a fun show, but this is more for older people. You are more than welcome to bring whoever and just enjoy this great performance for the community.
So you're right, I'm retiring in 2026. It's kind of a bittersweet thing to be leaving Gavilan. I've been here 20 years at that point. I'm 65. I don't know how I got to be that old, but I'm 65. So it seems a good time to do that for me in the career-wise. I also help take care of my mom, who has Alzheimer's, and I love her very much. She's 85, and I want to be there as much as I can for her. And these last couple of years, juggling Gavilan and that has been difficult. I will miss the students more than anything, because watching the students grow and see them walk through doorways and discover new ways of being or performing is just really feeds the heart. And so I know that that's the thing I'm going to miss the most about being at Gavilan.
How long was that? Oh, wait, clap. Good job. This is rough. How long was it? Felt like 20
I was gonna say it was like 15 minutes without looking at.
without looking, right? So I think part of that is it's the same song the whole time. That could be a factor. Also no B-roll. Also, I don't know what Grant's notes were, but I'm gonna give you good notes, my notes. Who shot it? Who filmed this? You did. No, no, actually, but I would like to offer you learning opportunity. How many people did you film? 15. What do we notice about all 15? Just clicking through. So like I did when we interviewed those of you for the showcase, when we know that there's going to be lots of people, it's worth switching sides. Grant, it's a super easy thing not to do. It's a lazy thing to do, honestly, what I would say. No shade, I'm just telling you, like, in my opinion, as an editor, it hurts more than it helps if you keep everyone on the same side. All you would have to do is move the chair over here and have them look and have the interviewer switch sides halfway through. That's why when I get onto a shoot like this, I always ask, how many interviews do we have? So if it's 4, I know I'm going to do 2 on the right and 2 on the left. Why would I do that? What do you think? Well, it stops a jump cut from happening. So as it is currently, watch this edit.
So in House of Desire, there's not too much of that. The actors really bring it to life. So in House
That's a jump cut. But if this person's then on the right side, it edits, the one person doesn't morph into another. Another person pops in the other way, looking slightly different. Again, if you could have different backgrounds, that's even better, but that's just a way to make it better. So 15, I would have done 7 on the right, 8 on the left, or even doing like, maybe if I'm putting them all, the students on the right and the professors and the directors on the left, is something to think about in the future.
So, we were supposed to do like a couple the first day, like I think 5 or 6, and we did, and then we went back the next day to interview like 2 other people who didn't get interviewed. But then Barry was like, oh, I have other friends.
Sure. But so that I understand, but at the very least, day 1 and day 2, you should have known left on day 1, right on day 2, right? That could have been an opportunity to do it. Even if it was like, hey, we shot everyone on the left, the right. This is a learning opportunity. It's totally fine now because I'm going to give you some notes on how to make it less, right? A number one way to fix this, do you have B-roll? You have notes saying B-roll goes here. The play opens this Friday, right? Or did it open Friday? Yeah, so definitely need to get B-roll then, ASAP. Okay, but how do we fix this without making a jump cut?
And there's a lot more lighting cues that I have to worry about in the script.
Let's watch just this shot.
There's not too much of that. The actors really bring it to life.
So in House of Desire.
Okay, so as editors, how do we fix that? Punch in, yeah. You shot 6K or whatever, right? Like I would have Alina like be a MCU or a close up and then go to this probably is the widest angle, right? Okay. Any other notes you'd like to give Santi? It feels long. I'll give you some notes on what to cut. Specifically, I will tell you right off the top, I would cut all of them introducing themselves and their names because they have their fonts earlier on and it doesn't really pay off narratively wise. I would cut the areas where they're talking about the director and I would move that director's comment closer to the beginning because they describe the whole play basically, right? And like, yeah, I get that they like it. I like Dr. John talking about retirement, but I would edit out the part where he talks about his mom. That's fine too. It kind of like is giving Dr. John his flowers, which I liked it, but I would take out, you know, I think it's where it's like, he goes, oh, how did I get that old? And then boom. And then it's then cut to like, oh, it feels great to see all the students grow up and everything. I would leave that part in just as like, hey, here's a guy who's worked here forever and he's saying something nice. I mean, it really doesn't fit like it feels like it fits in the piece. It could almost be its own thing. Do what you think. Yes. I absolutely hate that. If that's not on you, that's on the interviewer, who I'm guessing is Grant, who would allow, it was Baron? Great, and Baron encouraged the alien stuffy. Like it's fine, like when they're holding it, like this doesn't bother me, but like honestly, I'd cut this guy out entirely because I hate this. It's so frustratingly and distracting and totally like, I get that it's a play and we're play people, but this like ruins it for me. I instantly did not listen to a single thing they said and was just angry. And I will now show you the thing that you loved it. You loved the alien. Yeah, but did you pay attention to what they said, or were you like, "Oh, cool alien"?
For like a moment, I was like, "Oh, alien," and then I was kind of tuned back in.
I think it's yeah. So you missed whatever. So there's nothing you could do about it. Include it. I don't. And the person in here that you said they're all. I think what they say is fine. Like it's almost interesting what they say as far as a subject matter. So I don't know if Grant said just cut it because you suggested cutting it, but I think you keep them and keep everybody. I just think that it's a lot going on. You included a lot. I just think we can pare down what they're saying.
So do you think I should take like the bits out of each chunk? Talk about the play first.
Yeah. I kind of want someone to explain what the play is at the beginning. So the director does a really good job explaining that. Then we go to her and she says really fun, like, oh, it's the Latino experience. I forget the Hispanic or Mexican or whatever the term was. Experience. And then I felt like a lot of them describing the play and stuff is really good. You get a sense for the program, but I really think that if you take out Dr. John, you take out them introducing themselves, and you take out where they're describing you could have one of them describe the director, but really it needs to be after the director, I think, because the director only really has one.
I think you had like 4 to 5 people talk about the director, and it just felt a little bit too much. Maybe
or maybe just one.
Like include all of them, otherwise they might get sad that they're not in so like they all kind of say the same.
Yeah, but he means like include that they are all represented at least once. So that's what I mean is like the people who talk about the director, oh, are they only in it once? Or do they say anything else? Like we see her once before, right? So cut her part where she's talking about the director. But yeah, you could leave the 3 of them, but put the director first and then have them talk about the director. Because at this point, I'm like, who's the director? Like, was it one of the people whose names I didn't read because I was angry at the fonts also? Spoiler, I'm angry at the fonts as well. Not angry, but I'm going to be critical at the fonts. But you did do something that like, and I know it probably isn't you, it's probably Grant. So I am furious at one element in this piece. Did anyone notice the thing that I'm the most furious at? This is the #1 pet peeve of mine. Jason, I know you've done it before. I know you've done it. Jason has 100% done it before. Let me bring up this shot. Great, there's the alien. Not the thing I'm furious at. What's wrong with this shot? No. Yeah, you're. Thank you very much, Catherine. This right here, I should never see ever in my life. I don't want to see the microphone cable. She could have put it under her top and had it come out. That's probably not you.
Damn, that's my bad.
It's your bad. Oh! No, but I'm saying who gave the microphone and allowed that? It's Baron. Yeah, okay. So that's on Baron, but also as the photog. Again, black on black's hard to see probably when you're looking through the viewfinder or whatever in the thing. I mean, it's it most notably once, and also by the way, very first person starts me off negatively. But I'll say no one else is like this, as far as I noticed. Okay. I'm telling you, this is my number one pet peeve. And to me, if Geronimo shows up, he's the number one offender. Because to me, I've done so many interviews, it takes 1 second to say, hey, can you put it under here? And I mean, to be honest, Cassandra here has taken my class, would know this as well. So I'm furious at Cassandra as well. And she's holding a little alien. But everyone else, you know, for the most part, again, then I'm just like looking at microphones and I'm like, okay, I'm happy with everything else. See, and this one doesn't bother me because it goes behind, right? Like, okay. Santi, is that okay? I'm not too critical. All right, let me give you another critical then. What's wrong with this? Yeah. So L, you can't read. Also, I would make this short. I'd pull a Marty. I'd make all the fonts tinier. And the qualifiers need to fit within the red. Okay. And notably, a couple of the times, I think you need to give a little bit more spacing between the M and here, because a couple of the times, depending on the letter, I noticed they look at the J. It's basically touching makes it not readable. And look, because of his name, the P's drop down and cover the quotation marks, make them all smaller. Make it so that this doesn't bleed over, it fits in the blue. That's the way to fix it. That's the way I would do. And I would make all of these small, these are called qualifiers, right? And titles and qualifiers. I make the qualifiers smaller so they fit in the red. It's just the design of the font that I made. Yeah, see, and like the B up against here, you would just need to go over like a couple more pixels. The whole thing needs to go over maybe 3 or 4 pixels, and it just makes it, is it readable or not? Again, I know it's a rough draft, so this is why I'm being hyper critical. Yeah, it said no color grade as of yet. Anything else? Yeah, I think once you cut out, you probably cut out 2 minutes of the stuff I gave you.
Yeah, because I was kind of like, I didn't understand how to put like all of them in there.
Yeah,
You know, so
you did a good job. I mean, for the most part, the story's there. I think it's just tedious because we see a lot of the same stuff happening. I would also suggest that we end on Dr. John giving
design, scene design, etc. We do classics or we do sometimes musical.
Doesn't Dr. John talk about like, hey, this is the play is this weekend or whatever, right? Or maybe not.
There's 2 productions every year, as well as we teach a variety of.
Okay, so this might be the one to end on is Dr. John, but then I would either make a font that says play, that is the lower third that says play opens Friday, what is it? The 8th, play opens May 8th and if there's a website or tickets available at the door or whatever, Gavin Theater.
I looked through all the
No one specifically said it?
Yeah, no
That's an interview thing. That would should be number one question on Barron's thing in the future. So that's the what or the who or the why, right? Like we're selling tickets. That's the point of this, is to sell their tickets, right?
Again, because this is like a rough draft, could you go to, it was just when Dr. John first started talking, near the beginning. It's gonna be a super, the first, it was like the first like 3 minutes.
Gavin.
His first appearance?
Yes, it's right there. Okay, the guy before that,
Also, that's not his name, I don't think. Oh, really? Okay, well,
he had like, John and then a middle name.
yeah, it's a hyphen name. I want to put the hyphen name. It's I think him and his partner's names, married names. So Lawton Hall, I think, is the full name. So if you wouldn't mind doing that, that's something you don't know, but
this guy. Okay,
yeah.
so when he first starts, he takes a breath. He just cuts like
Better empathize with people from the past.
So House of Desires is.
Yeah, that's a tiny thing. Good
I know,
note though.
super small.
That's that would be like a fine edit note, but yeah, for sure. Like there's we don't need him breathing.
As for the information, since nobody actually said it, put it on a nice card at the end towards the end.
Yeah, I would move Dr. John to the end and then put up a card that says play open, House of whatever, House of Desires, opening whatever. So yeah, or that's probably a good way to end it, and then have your music go full volume, and then boom, the Gab thing shows up. Because that's really what they want. Groovy?
Yeah, I'm waiting on Baron to hit me up on,
Baron's got COVID, so yeah, you probably should just go, or you want to go right now and see what they're doing. Go ask Izzy. Okay.
I could ask her.
Yeah. I mean, if you want it so you can do it, that would be.
I would just do that because you gotta release it before. Yeah. Friday.
Yeah. So what I would suggest you do is go talk to Grant in his office right now. Ask him if he's got an SD card, because that's going to be the biggest holdup for the Sony. And then if he does, come back and I'll get you a Sony to film that. Okay?
Okay.
Because I may or may not have, I think I took all my SD cards out of my bag. But if Grant has one, then we're good to go. Well, good job. He's getting paid to do this, so I was a little more mean than I like to be, but he did, or the team did one of the only things that will actually make me mad is this. So please use the experience. Normally Geronimo does it, and then I get to yell at him in front of everybody. So, but I figured something could take it. Okay. Anybody else have something they want to talk about, share, showcase, watch? Oh, where is it? On Gablin? Let's go to the module. How'd it go? Done is better than.
It's not perfect.
Nothing in life is perfect. All right. You put it in the module. Oh, great. So I should look at SpeedGrader. All right. There we go. All right, let's check it out.
Yeah, just do that. Easier.
Here we go.
It's really short.
All right. Yeah. The Crash Bandicooted. All right. What was that background?
So I used a different software because I was seeing I would use Voodoo.
Zoodoo.
Yeah,
Um,
so, and it's meant for like stop motion. And so, and then I green screen it, but then the camera wasn't working, so then I ended up recording one computer against another computer to get the image. But then it's not Premiere, so trying, and everything was cut off. So I was trying to clean it up, but the brush tips inside is, it's a great, anyways, I learned a lot that I'm not gonna let my kids keep that software.
Yeah, there you go.
Because it doesn't quite work as well.
Yeah, I was really fascinated by the keying and the fact that like it's pulsating around, like so.
Yes, because I had it individually.
You had to individually.
Go and try to
Wow, so you
clean it
kind of like masked it.
as much as I could.
Wow, that's
But it
that's
wasn't-
what way a lot more work than.
Yeah, but it's still, it wasn't clean, and it.
This looks like an alien's like grabbing Crash right there. It's
I
like,
know. But you know, it's.
No,
one of
good
those
job.
Moments where you're like, okay, I have a finite amount of time.
Yep.
And this is what I can pull.
I think we
There
can
go.
see that there the key also, are the eyes keyed through, I think? Right there, are we seeing through? Is that, or is that Crash's eyes? I can't. Yeah, see,
Yeah, yeah.
we start losing.
And then losing theory too.
Yeah.
What you don't know is that like over here, you don't see it because I wiped it out. Was there's a big huge square because it's one monitor facing another monitor because I'm using.
Oh,
two
well, that's
different
good.
cameras.
Yeah, hey, well, that's good.
Oh,
I mean, that's
so I had
impressive.
to wipe all that out.
Well, good. All right, great job. All right. Let's,
I learned a lot about things.
Alex, Nico, do you have any updates or any?
Yeah, I got my green screen. It should be in the module.
Oh, I think we watched it last time.
Oh, is that the one with Markiplier and Jacksepticeye? Yep,
We-
then you guys already saw it.
We watched all the green screens that were applied. So if you got a grade already, we have watched it. Alex, any edits in your music video?
Oh, also, we're almost done with the Grinsley scene for Tony's death that I'll showcase for the final shot for or the final edited piece for the final project.
Awesome.
We're gonna be filming the effect shots for that about this week or the end of this week, but we got the planning for it.
We have the planning for it. So do we know? Okay, we'll see Delos on Wednesday. So then do we have a date that we're filming it?
Oh, no. The filming of the scene has already happened. We're gonna do the effects of it here about like later in the week or next week. We just need to get the blood props together. But I have the machete and everything that we're using.
And who's doing that?
The effects that we're trying to figure that out right now. I'm gonna try to ask for Sophie, but I don't think Sophie's gonna be available. So I might just ask Grant to help us out a little bit. And then
so it's makeup effects or
scarring. We're gonna do scarring for the machete when it gets into his head, and we're gonna cut out a bit of the machete in the profile of Tony's face so that when it's embedded in his face, it looks like it's embedded. And we're gonna reverse shot the machete going in, so it'll be him like moving with the machete as it goes away from his face, so that when it is in reverse, it looks like it's hitting his face. And with an editing trick, it'll go seamlessly.
Okay, cool. I think that is interesting. I can't wait to see it. So
it should kind of look like one of those older slasher movie kills, like when they really did not have a budget, so they used the editing trick to carry the kill.
Cool. All right. All right. So let me download this and we'll talk about Jeremiah. We'll talk about your issue. See what we can't do about it.
Yeah, I got issues too.
Oh, what are your issues?
I was confused, but there's so much. I'm like, what are we supposed to? I just need more perfection.
Sure. You are to take that footage and edit it in any way that you'd like. Specifically,
I thought we were doing the thing.
it is the thing.
I got other stuff.
You got other stuff?
Yeah, I didn't get the thing, so I'll show you what I got.
What did you get? Maybe you downloaded the stuff that I put up earlier in the semester. Was it like a lady in bed getting murdered?
No, I'll show you what I got.
Please do.
I'm all like, I thought it was the thing and the monster and stuff. 'cause
I should be in it.
No, you're not in it.
Well, then that's the wrong footage.
Yes.
So how'd you get that?
You gave it to me?
I gave it to you?
Yeah, last week. we
Uh-oh,
it
did
on
I?
here.
Well, then, whoops. Was it garlic footage?
No, it wasn't garlic. It was fish from students, but.
Then I 100% gave you the wrong thing. So my bad. Let's,
It looks like another, you know.
I'm sure it's another student's piece.
It is.
All right.
Now it's like-
Oh, you know what? I gave you the wrong thing.
It was
Oh, look,
also-
these have slates. This is CAPTCHA.
That was the first time I got on.
Yeah. CAPTCHA, there we go.
Not self-fully, I'm sorry. Grief is non-negotiable.
Oh, was that one before?
Yeah.
Oh.
Capture was way.
Was
No,
it?
no, capture was after.
So.
Which one is grief is not negotiable? What-
That's when I met Zoe.
Oh, I forgot the title. I think that one is before CAPTCHA.
The assignment one.
Yeah, I gave you the wrong one. So assignment is it, right? Should be this. Look, it's me.
I didn't get that one.
Look, there are no slates.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Is that the one we're supposed to have? Is that what we're supposed to have?
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't filming it. I was acting in it. So clearly
I thought we were just supposed to do the thing.
it is the thing. Then I gave you the wrong one.
Okay.
What?
So, you showed us past work, or you said people have done this before, they never told you about the slate business?
No, I actually knew about that.
Oh.
This is part of the fun.
I was really confused.
No, I absolutely picked a hard one for you. But I've never experienced what you're saying, so I think maybe you're trying to sync the wrong clip with the wrong take. That could be the issue.
Okay. All right, I don't feel so.
I don't know why my Premiere is not currently opening right now, so application.
Because it's really big.
It's really hard to think the take because the camera audio is so quiet, it's like turning it all the way up, turning my volume on my computer all the way up.
Was he there?
Yeah, he was there, so, he didn't have SD cards on it.
Okay.
But what I told him, if he could send John an email to let him know that I'm gonna be there tonight.
Okay.
Bring my camera.
Great.
Because it shoots 6K.
Yeah, makes sense.
It'll match the red.
Yeah.
I can just get like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, I think you should be good. You know what you need. Santi, you looking for some work? You looking for some work? May 23rd, it's a Friday. I'm looking for a photog to shoot my boss's birthday party, basically, in Morgan Hill at Odeum. Be a couple hours and just stylish, people enjoying the party, posing photo, going through and getting people posing and stuff.
Is it daytime?
It's nighttime. It's gonna be in MCTV 43, sorry. If that works for you, he was happy with your other stuff, so I asked him if he wanted you again. He said yes. So also, do you know what Rebecca's Children's Services is? Here in town, it's basically an orphanage, but they do a lot of community involvements for kids. They're looking for someone to edit for them. It might not be a lot, but it would be somewhat regular.
But mine was a.
Might be
it said
something to be
MTV,
interested in. Can I connect you with Chef Carlos, who's the head of it? Specifically, they have a charity event that's being shot, and then they want the footage cut into reels, basically.
Yeah.
Like 10 reels. I'm shooting the footage. And they asked me if I knew an editor, and I said, I know somebody who's good and would probably help you out. So I'll connect you to Chef Carlos, and he'll connect you to their HR, and you can figure out from there. Okay, so I've imported the files. Let's do file, new sequence. I didn't name it because I was lazy, just like the person who did not put the cable. All right. No, I'm insulting myself. Okay, so here's take number one, right? All right. So, huh? I may have given you the wrong. Let's I'm going to just say chain sequence settings. Okay. Yeah, it is really wide. Yeah, it's shot cinematic and wide. So you can change whatever the sequence you want to be. Yes. It is also it's also compressed, just FYI. That's why it looks kind of not the best, because I didn't want to give you full-fledged I wanted to compress it down to like under a gig, rather than the actual source is probably close to 400 gigs or something. So FYI, it's not going to be pristine, but we'll see how you do. It's all, I gave you a lower res version. Okay. FYI. Okay. So then what we could do, and notably, if we take this shot, we drag and drop, we get our audio and video. Okay. Now what we can do is, of course, click onto here and say, there is audio, right? Oh, here, Premiere. Oh, I should probably, I bet I'm not sharing with the Zoom. Nope, of course not. So let's share with the Zoom. I caught that way earlier than normal. Okay, and now we want to go. Okay. So I'm going to crank it. But look, it's really low audio, right? So what I could do is like crank it. So we have an action. So then I'm going to go to the first thing here and check it out. And guess what? I put in some garbage tracks too to make it harder. I was really mean. Guess what? That's the wrong one. Why? This is how we film our movies. Separate. So yeah. Okay. So I'm going to just click and drag these onto the timeline. So I'm going to tell you, here's the secret. These two are garbage. The first two are garbage files. So ignore that. So now all I need to do is, now that I've lined that up, I'm going to control click. I'm going to say synchronize. I'm going to make sure I'm going to click audio track and channel 1. All right. It's only going to give me channel 1 option. I'm going to say, okay, look, boom. It moved and it's synced now.
A little test. Windows, you and Palmer tie everybody down real tight.
What for?
All right. So now I'm going to go to second track, or my second clip here. The biggest issue, especially since we have no slates, because we were lazy and we did no slates that day, because this is the acting class. This isn't our film production class. This was the acting class, which, by the way, if any of you are interested in acting and haven't taken the acting class offered next semester, you've taken it, you've taken it.
I'm gonna take it.
I would like to take it again.
I think you take it twice for credit.
Yeah, you can take it up to 2 times. But
Two.
do we have to audit it, or is literally, it'll just let you register?
You can register, I think, twice and before it locks you out. So it's like the idea like, oh, I'm taking a class a second time because I didn't like my first grade. But If you got an A the first, huh?
If you get an A and then get an A, does it count for both?
Counts as an A in that class.
So two. Wait, is it just one A or?
I think it might be one A, unfortunately.
If you guys wanna take some.
Juice to boost it? Yeah, yeah, we like, or if you took it, if you got an incomplete, you could take it again, and your highest grade. But people tend to take our classes multiple times just for taking the classes. Yeah, and getting access to everything. Okay, so then now what I know is what I like to do, and I'll show you some of my tricks, is I like to go reveal in Finder. Oh, no, not Finder. I like to say reveal in project.
So are you in audio and you're doing that? You right clicking it?
Yeah, so look, here's any file you click on, you can right click and say reveal in Finder, and it'll show you where on your computer it is, right? Or at least it'll show you the reference where it's looking for it. Or if you say reveal in project, it'll, if you like have a lot of media, it'll show you right there. So now I know is I'm gonna try, well, I hopefully the next take lines up with this take, and I can actually just do this, and I'm going to not even, I don't even have to raise the level, Jeremiah, this time, watch. All right, synchronized enough. If it didn't match, it would mess up, okay? And the biggest trick and the hardest part is there's multiple takes. We probably shot everything twice. So there are gonna be some takes that look, the biggest thing that I always look for, rather than the performances, is the person's, if what, normally I look for a slate. But if I don't have the slate and I don't have them saying scene 1, take 2 or whatever, I then look for the person saying action. That tends to be the thing that's different between the takes. Because look right here.
A little test. Windows.
Oh, wait. That's a slow, that's a quiet action versus. See? So it's like, okay, it's the same performance, same angle shot. Okay. Well, there's a mic in there, but now, you know, he doesn't start talking until whatever. Okay. You want to give me your hard drive and I'll transfer you the right files to make sure you have it, Catherine? Yeah, no. Let's just make sure. All right. Does that make sense, Jeremiah? I really tricked you.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm telling you. You, hey, and Jeremiah, here's where you did pass the test. You looked at it before it was due, like the day before it was due. So you're like, this doesn't make sense, which is a big test. And you asked me and I told you the answer. So there you go. Congratulations, already ahead of the game. Yep, good job. We'll see you on Wednesday. We're gonna do some After Effects.
Okay, now I understand. I was looking.
You got the zip, but you didn't open the zip.
No, I did.
Where is it?
That's fully on my
I don't see
computer.
it. Okay, so I gave you the zip,
Okay, that's.
but
it.
now I'm transferring it non-zip, so you don't even need the zip, but you had it.
Okay, but I did open it. I opened it on my computer. and
All right.
I was all confused. I'm like, this is not the thing.
Well, here,
And that guy wasn't, I don't know, maybe I was in the wrong
this
spot.
is,
I didn't even see, go down further. Let me see if I can find it.
because
No,
everyone,
No, I didn't have this one. I don't
here you
know.
go. This is me when I, hey, this is me when I see a wire.
Now I understand it.
Oh my God, is that you doing the Palmer thing? That's incredible. I love it.
What'd you say?
Is that you doing the Palmer?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, this is the final. You have to edit this scene.
Yeah, I know that, but I didn't know that you were playing Palmer.
And I'll tell you right now, you know what happened that day?
What's that?
The student who was supposed to be that didn't show up. So guess what? I had to be the thing. And yeah.
That's great. That's so awesome. You get to do your best.
I just
thing.
realized I had a migraine headache that day too.
Maybe that helped with the roll a little bit.
I don't know. Maybe I need to like get a scan or something. That happens a lot. What's going on? Hello?
So wait, you want me to edit the thing footage and give you the clip for Tony's death?
Well, your final for the class is editing this footage. If you look on the module, I already put that out there. So everyone gets the same footage and they all have to edit it. And we see how you can follow it perfectly to the T, or you could make it a rom-com. You could make it a silent impressionistic version, but basically you're editing footage of me doing stuff like this.
Beautiful. Oh, you're giving me too many ideas right now.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So you have all that footage available in the module, right?
Yes, on the module, it's called Final Project.
Perfect. So yeah, I'm gonna take all of that and put that into my DaVinci and get started on that.
Thank you, please.
Of course.
Here's a live look of me trying to read Marty's fonts at the film festival. You gone? Love and peace.
Alright,
That's it. All right, we're done talking. Editing session. Adios. Is Zoom still going? Yeah, I'll stop the share. All right, there we go. All right, stop recording. Goodbye. We'll see everyone Wednesday. Ha ha.